Bonkers for Balloons, and today I'm going to be showing you how to twist a few different types of balloon animals. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Bonkers. Bonkers for Balloons was created in 2018. We're located in Orange County, California, and we specialize in balloon twisting and balloon decor. We also do anything you can think of with balloons, whether that be a simple balloon dog, a balloon garland for a backdrop, or even a balloon dress. Our costumes made entirely of balloons are award-winning, and we also create lots of fun things. We twist at birthday parties, we decorate for different events, whether it be a wedding or even for a baby shower. Let me show you one of our most recent creations. Here's a pot of flowers. That's what we love at Bonkers for Balloons. You can make anything with a piece of latex. Just take this, add a little bit of air, and voila, you have this. At Bonkers for Balloons, our mission is to spread happiness and bring smiles from air to air. Yes, pun intended. That's what we love about balloons. Balloons do not speak a language. A smile does not speak a language. In fact, we like to say that a smile is the same in every language. If we go to another country and hand someone a balloon, their face immediately lights up. It doesn't matter that we don't speak the same language and there's a barrier. Balloons unite people, and that's what we believe here at Bonkers for Balloons. Okay, enough about us. Let's get twisting. The first thing we're going to be making is a balloon dog. The second thing we're going to be making is a balloon flower, and the third thing we'll be making is a balloon sword. So let's get started. You'll need a few different materials to make a balloon animal. The first thing you're going to need is a balloon pump. Now, if you don't have this exact pump, that's perfectly okay. If you have a kit at home and it came with a different pump, that'll be perfectly fine. The next thing you're going to need is a balloon. This is a twisting balloon. In balloon twister words, it's called a 260. A 260 is 2 inches wide and 60 inches long when fully inflated. If you want, you can also use a pen or a Sharpie to draw on a face for your balloon dog. And you might also want a pair of scissors if you have any extra knots that you want to cut off. So let's get started on the balloon dog. I'm going to be using a red 260 for the balloon dog. Again, a 260 is 2 inches wide and 60 inches long when fully inflated. You're going to take the balloon and put it on the balloon pump. Now make sure you hold the balloon on the pump when you inflate. If you don't do this, your balloon's going to fly off. I'm going to use 5 balloon pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always let a little bit of air out of the balloon like this, and then I tie it. Now to tie your balloon, you take your middle finger and your thumb, you grab the balloon, and you put your index finger and your middle finger together. Then you take the knot, you wrap it around your 2 fingers, and you put the knot through the empty space in your 2 fingers. Roll it off your fingers just like this, and you've tied your first balloon. Give the balloon a squeeze and a stretch, and it's time to get twisting. You're gonna twist a little bubble at the beginning of your balloon. You always start at the end with the nozzle, this end right here. Now hold on to your bubble, because if you don't hold on to it, the balloon's gonna come undone. We're gonna make the ears next. You can make a little bubble and then trace this bubble back down to the knot right here. Like this. You're gonna make a little neck for your dog. Squeeze the balloon to move the air to the end of the balloon, and we're gonna make the front legs. So make another bubble, then trace this bubble back up to the knot we made in the neck. Twist, make a bubble for the body, and then we're gonna do the same exact thing for the back legs that we did for the front. So make a bubble about this size, trace it back to the knot, and twist again. Here you have it, your very first balloon dog. Now if you're feeling extra fancy, what you can do is grab the end of the balloon, give it a couple snaps, just like that, and then twist a little bubble and give it a squeeze. There you go. Now if you have a Sharpie or another marker nearby, you can draw on a face. If you're not an artist like me, that's perfectly fine. You can just draw two simple little dots for the eyes, and then a little U shape for the mouth. Just like that. There you go. Now if you make one of these balloon dogs at home and you name it, we'd love to know what you name your balloon dog. Just send us a message at Bonkers for Balloons on Instagram, and we'll share your post to our story. The second thing we're going to be making is a balloon flower. For the balloon flower, you're going to need 2 260s. For my flower, I chose pink for the petals and green for the stem. I'm going to start by making the petals. So I'm taking the pink balloon, holding it onto the pump as I inflate, and inflating it almost to the end and leaving a little bit of a tail. Let a little air out and tie it. Again, to tie your balloon, take your middle finger and your thumb, wrap it around your 2 fingers, and push the knot through the empty space in your 2 fingers. Just roll it off, and there you go. Squeeze the balloon and stretch it. And now, there's a little bit of a tail at the end of the balloon. If you inflate your balloon all the way to the end, it might pop. So if you've ever made balloons at home and it's popped, that's because there's nowhere else for the air to go and the balloon has no other choice but to pop. We're gonna tie this balloon into a circle. You're gonna use a normal knot, the same type of knot you'd use when you're tying your shoes. Take both ends, cross them over, and tie. So you should have a circle something like this, maybe an oval shape. You're gonna pinch the knot that you just tied and pull the other end of the balloon. As you start to pull, you'll notice that the balloon divides itself in half. That's exactly what you're looking for. You're gonna pinch both ends and then twist one side of the balloon so that you create 2 balloons, both the same size, like this. You should have an oval shape, and now you're gonna grab both ends and push them together. Now, try and match up the knots right here. Pinch the knots and twist one half of the balloon. To secure your balloon, you're gonna reach through one of the bubbles and grab the other balloon, pull it through, and now your balloon is secured. Again, we're gonna fold this balloon in half, pinch the knots on one side, pull the other side of the balloon, and twist 2 of the bubbles to create 4 equal segments. Like that. Then, you're going to grab the sides of the balloon again, push them towards each other, and give it a twist. You have 4 petals. Great job. Now we're gonna move on to the stem. For the stem, you're going to inflate it however much you'd like. You can inflate it about halfway, you can leave a little bit of a tail, whatever you choose. Again, I'm letting some air out and tying the balloon. Now, I have a tail about 4 inches at the end of my balloon. To make the stem, you start out with a little bubble. Then you take this knot and pull it into the other knot that you just twisted, and you should have something that looks like this. Once you have that, you're gonna take your petals and take the stem. This is gonna be the middle of the flower, like the pollen. Go like this, and then take your stem and wrap it around the flowers. It should look like this on top, and that's your flower. Now, if you're getting extra fancy, you can make a couple leaves on the flower. You can do this by making a little bubble here, 1 loop and twisting, and then another loop to match this one. And there is your flower, perfect for springtime. And now, if you get really good at that flower and you're looking for an extra challenge, you can make a 6-petal flower or even a 5-petal flower. All you need to know how to do is make a loop. If you can do this, you can make a 6-petal flower. You just keep making it over and over again. Just like so. If you have an extra piece, get rid of it. And then wrap the knot into the balloon so you don't lose everything that you just made. For the stem, I'll be doing something that's called a tulip twist or an apple twist. Same thing we did for the 4-petal flower. You're gonna take the stem and wrap it into the flower. It doesn't look like much right now, but all you have to do is arrange it, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. There you have it. A 6-petal flower. Again, you can make some leaves if you want, just like that. And there you have a 6-petal flower. Our last balloon is going to be a sword. For the sword, you're gonna need 1 260, inflate it with a little bit of a tail at the end, let out a little bit of air, and tie it. After that, you're going to squeeze and stretch the balloon and make a bubble a little longer, maybe like 2 hand lengths. And then you're going to make a loop just like this, and another loop to the center of the sword. And you have a sword, just like that. Now, just like the flower, there's several different variations to each type of balloon. For the sword, that's a pretty simple sword, but once you start practicing and getting better, you can make a lot of different kinds. I'm going to show you my favorite sword right now. This is one of my favorite colors. It's called chrome. I think you guys are going to like it too. This is what it looks like. So this is going to be the sword blade. And like I said, once you start practicing, you'll be able to make a few different types of swords just like this. So here's the sword blade, and now we're going to make the sword handle. This is a 2-balloon sword. For the sword handle, I'm using a chrome blue color, again, one of my favorites. And I just make a few twists here, just like this. Pop the extra balloon, and then make sure to secure the knot. We don't want it to come undone. Attaching the sword blade to the sword handle. And there you have it. A really, really fun sword. What do you guys think? We have a 4-petal flower. We have a basic sword. We have my favorite sword. And the classic balloon dog. Thank you so much for twisting these balloons with me. I can tell twisting is in your future. If you have any questions as you make these balloons, please feel free to message us on Instagram at Bonkers4Balloons, BONKERZ, the number 4, BALLOONS, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have as you're making these 3 balloon creations. Thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful day.